The difficulty of traversing the vast distances of space cannot be understated. Travelling at relativistic speeds is extremely slow compared to what will be needed to travel space in meaningful time. Of course, as well, we have to take into account time dilation. So if eventually we are able to travel at 99% of the speed of light, then the fundamental way that our species perceives time will change. Think about it, if all humans are travelling through space and time, then we are all existing in different points in time. So the structure of our species and our communication will have to evolve. It's quite spooky to think that eventually all of the spacefaring humans may eventually forget about each other. How do you think we will navigate this strange universe in which we live?
False vacuum decay is a hypothetical end to the universe as we know it. It proposes that our universe is in a stable state, but not the most stable it could be. We could stay in this false vacuum state for an extremely long time, but eventually this false vacuum will decay and become the true vacuum state. This would cause the universe as we know it, and all of the laws of nature and physics, to change, and the universe to alter into a new universe. Again, with this hypothetical end to the universe does not truly end, but just changes states. It gives me comfort knowing that if this is the ultimate end to the universe, there will at least be something else that exists after our universe. Perhaps if our species survives till this time, we may discover a way to stabilize this universe without destroying it, or we may discover a way to transfer ourselves over to the new universe.
Since the dawn of humanity, our species has been slowly advancing our technological capabilities, but when the Industrial Revolution began in the late 1700s, it started a boom in advancement which brought us to where we are now, where seemingly every year our technology becomes greater, and we proposed more hypothetical technologies which are becoming a reality every day. It could be very possible that there is a universal limit to technological advancements in the universe. The main question regarding this that our species needs to find the answer to is whether we are close to this technological limit, or whether we have barely scraped the surface of humanity's technological potential. What do you believe? Do you believe there's a limit to technological advancement in the universe? As we all know, space is incredibly vast, but sometimes we forget how vast our universe truly is, so I thought that I would break down some of the distances to celestial objects in the night sky. We're of course going to start off with our planet's moon. The moon is located approximately 238,000 miles away from Earth. Just to put this into perspective, the two furthest points on Earth are 12,000 miles apart, so the moon is around 20 times this distance from Earth. When we realise that this is the closest object in the night sky, we can begin to understand how tiny we truly are in comparison to our universe. After the moon, on average, Mercury is the closest planet to ours, at an average distance of 56 million miles away, which if we are using the same reference point of the distance between China and Argentina, it is 4,600 times this distance. So it just goes to show you how far away even the closest objects in our night sky are. In this series we're going to span out further into our solar system, and then into the furthest stars, and then other galaxies in our universe. So please join me on this journey of analysing the distances of space. Here's to hoping that we do not fry our brains out along the way. Please let me know if there is any space theories that you would like me to cover on this channel. Thank you very much for watching, and peace out, my friends.
Time travel is possible, and here's how. As we know, the speed at which we travel affects our perception of time. The faster you travel, the slower time passes. So if we were to travel at 99% of the speed of light for 2.5 light years, and then 2.5 light years back, to the astronauts on the spaceship, 5 years would have gone by, but for us left on Earth, roughly 36 years would have passed. As our favourite physicist once said, time is relative.
Something that I find fascinating about being a human is having the ability to question one's existence. It is a privilege to have the ability to speculate about the nature of this terrifyingly complex reality we have found ourselves existing in. This ability of ours has allowed us to ask some of the most perplexing questions, such as whether there is any alien life in the universe, or the universe is infinite, or potentially even one of many in a multiverse. As we advance, the more information we become exposed to, which will hopefully pave the way into answering some of these unanswerable questions. What is your theory that keeps you up at night? For me, it has to be false vacuum decay. The thought that our universe could be unstable and then transition into a stable state at any moment is quite terrifying if you ask me. Please follow this page if you enjoy discussing the deepest thoughts about the nature of the universe we live in. The zoo hypothesis is a solution to the Fermi paradox that is both interesting and terrifying. This hypothesis has an air of believability to it. It proposes that the reason that we have yet to see any evidence for alien life is because we are essentially living in an alien zoo. These hypothetical aliens have been watching our species since its infancy. So why would an advanced alien species traverse the vast distances of space in order to watch our species? Well, I'm going to try to propose some answers to this question. If intelligent life in the universe is rare, then a species with advanced spacefaring capabilities may want to travel here in order to study human life, to form a greater understanding on the reason for intelligence in the universe. Think about it, we have people that study all manner of life on this planet. If we were a super advanced society, would we not want to study an intelligent species that we came across, if we had the ability to do so? It could also be possible that we are the aliens, and that life was seeded on planet Earth by our hypothetical alien parents. All I can say for sure is this solution to the Fermi paradox is a fun one to speculate on. So let me know your thoughts on this theory, and please follow for similar content on all manner of theories and hypotheses about the nature of reality and the universe in which we live. Goodbye, peace out my friends. Around 3.5 billion years ago, life began on this planet, starting with microbes and slowly across the eons evolving into becoming complex life, which then paved the way for a species of our intelligence to exist. In today's video, we are going to be asking the question of how often does microbial life become complex life? Our universe has existed for 13.8 billion years, and there are hundreds of billions of galaxies that exist within the observable universe. The statistical likelihood overwhelmingly suggests that there should be some other life forms out there in the vast cosmos that we exist in. The extent to how complex this life is unknown, as we have yet to determine how life actually managed to arise on this planet. One theory suggests that the moon was a contributing factor to the genesis of life on this world. It is unknown exactly how the moon came to orbit our planet. One of the leading theories is that a Mars-sized object known as Theia impacted with planet Earth around 4.5 billion years ago. If the moon and its tidal effects cause life to flourish on this planet, then we have an indicator of what the possible parameters for life to arise on a world could be. But we have to ask ourselves, how often would a Mars-sized object crash into a terrestrial world in the perfect habitable zone of the star that it orbits to create a moon as large as our moon? It would seem as if this was a random chance occurrence. This process could be quite rare, and one of the reasons we have yet to see no concrete evidence for alien life. The rarity of this event may cause life to be so spread out across the universe that even if life is out there on other worlds, it could be so far out of our reach that we may never learn about it, and the question of are we alone would forever stay shrouded in mystery. When addressing the very real possibility of alien life existing in the universe, we often wonder why we are confronted with the great silence when we look out into the universe. It seems by all accounts we should be seeing the impacts of a super advanced civilization on the universe, if they do exist, but we don't. So there are many possibilities of why we may not see them. Either they do not exist, we are looking for the wrong signs due to a lack of comprehension of the advanced species technology, or they exist and are hiding themselves. Of course, there are many other reasons that the universe does not seem to be teeming with advanced species considering the length of time the universe has existed for. But in today's video we're going to be addressing the idea that civilizations may be hiding their presence because of the hostile nature of the universe. The Dark Forest hypothesis suggests that we are living in a universe which is filled with aggressive and expansive species that are solely focused on the survival of their society. The namesake of the hypothesis is appropriately named. The universe is the forest, and advanced alien civilizations are the predators in this forest that are waiting for a chance to strike against more primitive species, or hide themselves away from more advanced ones. If this does happen to be the solution to the Fermi paradox, and the reason that we have not seen any evidence for these alien civilizations is because they are hiding from each other, disguising the impacts they make in the universe, then it is safe to say that we're going about the search for alien life in the wrong way. Perhaps it would make more sense to try our best to minimize the signals that we emit, so that any advanced societies cannot pick up on them and track us down. Why would the universe be this way? If we are basing our ideas about intelligent life in the universe off the only concrete evidence that we have, of course being us, we can see that the nature of our species is aggressive and expansive. To achieve the feats that we have achieved, it takes an aggressive, ruthless species to do so.
We have seen a massive deterioration of people's mental health throughout the 21st century. We must ask ourselves the question of why we are seeing this huge divide in people in a time where the world's population should be seemingly coming together. Well, with social media now connecting the world like it has never been connected before, we are being presented with unrealistic expectations that a person must live up to in order to feel satisfied in today's society, as well as groups of people being painted by a single brush, which in turn generalizes people's social and ethnic groups. Critical thinking is being suppressed in order to keep up with the status quo. Critical self-analysis has been completely scrapped in order to support the whims of politicians and their cronies. We are also too busy fighting amongst ourselves rather than coming together as a collective in order to improve each other's lives. We can make an impact on our world by analysing our own actions critically and realising that we live in a flawed society that is in constant need of improvement. So let us please focus on chasing our dreams, stay strong my friends, and keep fighting the good fight.